This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
We're here with one of my dearest friends of all time, none other than Pete Shirey.
Hello.
The human shark.
I am the human shark.
But he's going to show us something that has nothing to do with sharks. Today, we are going to be taking a look at God of War, the card game. So without further ado, let's go down to the table. Pete, tell us all about God of War.
All right, so in God of War, players are going to play characters and heroes that are guided by the Norns to help try to stop Ragnarok from happening. So you'll get to choose a character from the God of War franchise. We have 5 that will be included in the base game. For this demo, I've got Kratos and Atreus here. So players will have their own action deck that they'll be able to use for their own special abilities. You will have quest cards that you'll be trying to go through in order to get to a final boss encounter. And then each quest card is tied to a scene, and this will be what you'll be playing in order to advance the story. So a player on their turn can do one of 4 different actions. They can move, which is simply to take their standee and move it to any one open column. They go to a column with another player, they must choose whether to be in front of or behind the player. If you're in front, you'll be the recipient of damage should damage attack this column. And if you're in the back, then you're protected, but the player in front of you will take the damage. On top of that, you'll be able to actually play cards. You start the game with 7 cards, and then on your turn, you may play as many of these cards as you want to, and you can play them before or after your move. There are attack cards. This is a melee attack. Melee attacks attack the first row in each column. You have ranged attacks. Ranged attacks allow you to attack anything that's on the second column. You have defensive cards so that when the game fights back, you can use these to prevent damage. And then there are also purple special cards in the game that will allow you to do various special abilities, whether it's your turn or not. The final type of card are these black cards. These are just modifier cards. You can play these on top of any attack, whether it be ranged, melee, or defense, to boost its ability. So for instance, if I was Kratos and I wanted to go ahead and attack this guy, I could move. I'll put myself in front because he wants to protect the boy. And then I will go ahead and do a melee attack against that monster. So I'm going to do my melee attack card here. It has a symbol here which activates my rage, which means I bump up my rage meter. When this hits full, I'll be able to fire off a special ability. Then I can use any of these plus cards to boost up that melee attack. This guy has 4 hit points, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2, 4, 5. I'm going to do 1 more for 6. So I've played a 6 power attack against this creature. I'll get to roll a die. This is the monster's defense die. Whatever I get on this die will subtract from my attack. 1, so 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 is more than enough to defeat this monster. When this monster's defeated, he gets flipped over. So we flip him over, and the special ability I've unlocked because I've defeated the monster is to advance my rage 1 more. Now, if I had enough cards to interact with this space, I could play it, but unfortunately I only have 1 more ranged attack card. This requires discarding of 2 in order to activate and flip that. So at this point I'm going to stop and make my turn over. At the end of my turn, you'll take cards from this upgrade stack, and we're going to go ahead and flip over the top one. This is going to activate any card on the board with that symbol. So you're going to check the symbols to see if any match. This one matches. This one is going to do a melee attack to the 3 columns here, here, and here. So all of us are going to suffer 3 damage. So if you have a defense card, you could discard that to block 2 of it, and then I have another plus modifier card that could block 4, so I would take no damage at this point. Atreus would also have to play a defensive card as well to block the damage if he had to. Once my turn is over, then Atreus would take their turn, doing the exact same things, moving around, attacking, trying to unlock puzzles. At the end of his turn, we flip over another card, activate those monsters, and then once all the players have played, the game gets 1 more final activation just to do more damage and interact with the players. Then we go into an upgrade phase. Each player will get to choose one of the cards that are up here. You can converse together to decide which card is best for each player. But if you can't make a decision, it'll go in turn order, so the first player would get first pick, second player gets second pick. The card that is not chosen goes to the bottom of the deck. And then the first player token gets passed to the next player, and you'll discard your hand, draw 7 new cards.
Right.
Any upgrade cards that you take go on top of your deck, so you're going to guarantee you're going to get them in the next hand. You're going to continue doing that until you've met the requirements of this scene. This one's looking for 3 runes. Once the 3 runes are uncovered, by completing the objectives or defeating monsters, then this card will flip over telling you how you advance. And this one, all players would gain a bonus hand limit to their characters, which allows them now, instead of drawing 7 cards, to draw 9 cards. And then you'd have to continue to defeat the rest of the monsters. Once everything's flipped, you'll have passed this quest, and you go on to stage 2. Now, when you get to here, you'll get to choose which one of these quests you want to continue to do to advance. But whatever one you don't choose will get flipped over, and it'll give a hindrance to you. So for this one, before the first round, each player would suffer 2 damage. So it starts you off on a little bit of an uphill climb. If you were able to complete this quest, then you would choose one of the 3 final boss monsters. And whatever 2 you don't choose will also have a hindrance on here that will help slow you down from winning the game. And if you beat that final boss, you'll have won the game.
Well, there you go.
And that's God of War. It's coming soon. We're hoping to have it out in the next couple months. We'll probably have demos available at Gen Con. We may even airship some in for sale. Otherwise, look for it in Q3. It should be $39.99.
All right, let's take it up top and close this out.
Wow. I know, right?
I mean, wow. First of all, you did it all in one breath.
I tried, yes.
Which was unbelievable.
I know time is always an issue when you're at these shows. You try to get in and out as quick as possible.
This looks fantastic. Pete, thank you so much for showing us
No
this.
problem, everyone. It'll be coming out soon. It's $39.99. Look for it in the next couple months. We'll be demoing it at Gen Con, as well as maybe have some advanced copies for sale. So keep an eye out at your friendly local game store.
You're going to want to get this one. I know I am. This looks fantastic. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.